Hi, welcome to my presentation. My name is Stan Patterson. My presentation is on U.S. and America, the boiling pot instead of the melting pot. The reason why I named it this is because it's our immigration laws and our current healthcare system in place, and the availability for someone who is not from our country and came in illegally, seeking asylum or seeking a better way of life, to be basically an outsider and fitting for themselves and their families, and which is a detriment not only to themselves but also to the U.S. citizens that are here legally. Uh, I'm a firm believer um, that everyone and not one of us, except for maybe the Native Americans, are actually Native American. But there is a process, and the problem I'm seeing is that the process is the pathway to legalization. Um, with legalization, it could take up to 30 months to become legal. Um, um, I would say that it's a long, lengthy process, and it is something that many other Americans who have, as you can see on my first slide, they do the necessary paperwork and go about it correctly. Uh, Illegal immigration affects not only safety of people because you don't know exactly who's coming across, if they're running from something or if they're just seeking a better life. A lot of our we have people now, as you can see over in Europe, with people crossing over that are terrorist threats, and also you have gang members and drugs and even diseases that affect us. Uh, with legalization, or someone who's having a pathway to legalization, one of the first things that the government requires, is that they make sure that they undergo a physical in order to make sure that they are not bringing any diseases over or whatnot. Um, our healthcare system, uh, as we've learned through socioeconomic status, is very difficult for people to actually make their way up, even if you're legalized, let alone illegal. Um, there's a difficulty in getting into healthcare providers and seeking medical care. And I believe one part of this, and the way our system is set up, is that there is something set up for illegal people to come in, or people that are not U.S. citizens to go to school, get driver's license. But at the same time, that effect has an impact on those who are legalized and trying to seek the same health care and seek different opportunities to bring themselves up. So my point here to this is that it's always been this way, and it's not just because of Mexico being the line border. Because I'm here in California, it has nothing to do with that. It actually has to do with a history of time of immigrants coming over. I mean, all of us, for the most part, if you're not Native American, um, um, are immigrants. Uh, a lot of the Irish back in the time, when they were immigrating over, they were having difficulty seeking employment. They were saying, help wanted, but no Irish applied because they were just looking for a better way of life. Um, During the global depression in the 1930s and World War II, um, it was like a there was like a population of 14.2 to 10.3 million um, that were coming over, and we had it nice. It was okay back then, but special legislation enabling refugees from Europe and Soviet Union to enter the United States. Um, so that was a little history of the previous. Now, how do we stand? How do we compare uh, to other countries? Well, the U.S. is actually number one uh, with people immigrating over. We're the first one, and we're number one. Uh, Compared to somewhere like Sweden, which ranked first among 33 other countries with migrant integration policies. Uh, they're very welcoming as well. Um, they get a lot of people from Somalia and Syria and things like that. Um, but there's been opposition to that. So I'm going to be taking a look at the pathway to reforming the immigration to the point where it helps people and has a clear pathway, but at the same time looking at the raw data that supports that we need a change with the immigration in our borders, um, to help secure our borders because we got a threat of terrorists and everything else going on around the world, and if we continue with the open borders or wanting to move towards that, that puts us at risk, and that is something that we definitely need to work on doing. And it's not because of Mexico or Hispanics coming over, but there's much more. I mean, there's a lot of smuggling going on and everything else. So that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. It's my first time, so give me a little break. Uh, but anyway, take care, and I wish you guys also the best. And hopefully, you'll get to see my presentation a little bit more in the near future. Thank you.